Happy Friday, everyone. Hope you're doing well on this wonderful Friday. It is cold again, hot again here in California. I don't know. Yesterday it was like 80 degrees, and then right now it's like cloudy and 50 something degrees. It's been crazy, but it's been a really cool week this week. I was able to do a speaking event at NYU this week at the NYU in LA campus. I spoke to students about their finances, about financial wellness, and it was incredible. I loved it. It was so good. And then I also got to hear Issa Rae talk this week, and wow, it was so inspiring to actually be part of, I don't know, just getting to hear somebody who is so creative discuss their process, and then also talk about how, when she first started in her YouTube series, with her YouTube series, Awkward Black Girl. Hello. Hi, Kate. Hi, Talita. Hello, Arnold. Hi, Stephen. And yeah, it was just incredible. It was a good discussion about doing the thing, right? Like, she didn't have anything where people were actually bringing her in to do the show that she really wanted, and then she was able to create that for herself, so that was awesome to see. So I'm excited and reinvigorated, just from that conversation, because yeah, we get to create the life that we truly want, right? Hi, Stephen. Today I'm actually going to be joined by Anjali soon, who is from Dahlia Wealth. It's part of the Financial Spark series that I am hosting at the end of this month. If you haven't heard about it, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it before Anjali joins us. And it is a series of financial experts, financial coaches, wealth advisors, investment advisors, all kinds of people who are in the financial space, like financial experts. And the reason I'm doing this is because, as much as I love what I do and love who I work with, I know that I'm not for everyone, right? And so I want you to actually find the people that, really aligns with who you are, what you do, and how you do things. And so that's why I'm going to introduce you to a lot of experts that I like and I follow and that I trust, so that you can make a really great informed decision about your financial future for yourself, right? Because it's always easier, to me, it's always easier to have someone to guide you in the process, right? So, yeah, I haven't seen Anjali come on yet, so I'll tell you a little bit more about the summit. So the summit's going to be the last week of April. I think it starts on the 22nd, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 22nd through the 26th. Just checking my calendar there. And each day we're going to have a couple of different financial experts talk, and they're going to talk for only a minute and a half, so you don't have to waste your whole day like listening to an hour conversation, right? They're going to drop their best money moves in that time period so that you have a quick hit. You can really get inspired quickly, easily, and you get a sense of who they are. Plus, they're going to give you a free gift from, something that they are talking about. They're going to offer that up so that you can grab those things to start your financial future. So it's going to be a lot of inspiration. It's going to be a spark of, getting you to make your money moves. It's like an action step along the way. And then we also have a playlist. This is one of my favorite things that we're doing is a Spotify playlist of all the songs that inspire others, right? Inspire every single person who is going to be speaking at this summit. It's going to be inspiring them to actually, make their money moves, right? So you get to listen to that along the path as well. So, okay, good. I see Anjali here. So hopefully, Anjali, if you want to request to join the live, I will bring you on. Awesome. Okay, so here we are. Super excited to have Anjali join us. Yes, and then at the end of each day, I'm also going to do a recap. Hi, Anjali, how are you?
Hi, Katie. Nice to see
Good to see
you.
you too. I did a little bit of a talk about the summit, but I'd love for you to tell everyone what is it that what's your expertise in the financial space, and then who do you help?
Yeah, so I'm an investment coach, which to be honest, sometimes I tell people and they look at me like they're like, "Oh," I'm like, "Yeah, it's not a thing until I kind of invented it, or some of us invented it." Typically, when people need help with investing, they would go to a financial advisor, and um, about 5 years ago, I realized that the kind of financial advisor model wasn't the best model, wasn't the only model. And some people, and especially women, wanted to invest their own money themselves, rather than handing it over to a bank or a financial advisor who's usually male and white, and people that look like us, women of color, marginalized folks. We don't always have access to the resources that we need, and partly because they're just not out there.
Mhm.
And so I decided to start teaching women how to invest their own money so that they could build their wealth, they could live a life of opportunity, they could become work optional if that's something they wanted.
Yeah. How did you get into all of this, into investing and really helping people to start to invest? I mean, you talked a little bit about that, about seeing how the space isn't really right for a lot of us, right? But how did you personally get into investing?
Yeah, so I actually started investing when I was 19 years old. I just was fascinated by the world of money. And we could kind of do a whole deep dive as to why, but I think as a girl growing up in Canada, and not and feeling, marginalized in some ways, I felt that having access to money was a way to take back my power,
Mm,
because I saw that people in this world who have money have options,
mhm,
and you can't tell people with money what to do because they have the power to decide things for themselves. They have, they control, um, they get, have a lot of control in this world. And, a lot of times we see that as a bad thing, but when, they say when women have money, nothing bad happens. Like, we do good things with money. We help other people, we help ourselves, we help other people. We make the world a better place. And so, yeah, so I started investing at 19, and then I went on to a university. I studied finance. I then moved abroad. I moved to London, England, where and Katie, I don't see your screen.
You know?
I hope. Okay, just I just see a black square. Okay, just making sure that was intentional. Um, so yeah, so I moved to London, England, where I spent exactly 5 years building my career in banking. And I was then laid off in the 2008 crash, like a lot of my colleagues, and decided to come back to Canada, where I'm from, where I could not find a job for the life of me. And then eventually I realized that I was being shut out of the boys club as, a woman of color who had a really great resume and worked for the top banks. I was seen as a threat in the financial industry, which to this day is very much a white boys club, which that causes a lot of problems for everyday people, and not having access to resources that we need to start investing and all that. So anyways, I and then decided to, after much sort of mulling, I decided to take the skills that I had
Mhm.
and teach women to invest their money, because I realized I had a key, and to allowing people to live their best life, allowing women to live their best life. And I had to, give them this key so that they could unlock their own financial freedom, really.
Mm. Yeah, and I think that what you're saying is so true about that it becomes a boys club. It becomes this, like, investing has been, and investment bankers mostly are, at least, the ones that we see are the ones that are white and male in the space. Does that create, like, for most of us, like, kind of a fear into investing, or like, I don't know enough, like that kind of thing? Like, what do you see mostly as, like, kind of the issue of somebody getting into investments?
Yeah, so that's a good point. There are various reasons. One is that there are very few role models.
Mhm.
We're starting to, in a way, like we are being each other's role models. Like you, Katie, to me, and like some of the other people in this. There's a lot of women in your mainly women in this summit.
Mhm.
We're each other's role models because our mothers, our grandmothers weren't allowed to have bank accounts, like. So, there's a problem of not having role models, and there's a problem of, when you go seek help, the help that's there is very male and it's very white. And these people, not that they necessarily mean ill, but it's that they don't understand our reality, and they don't understand, our goals and objectives, and maybe they don't ask us the right questions. And honestly, a lot of times, the stories I kept on hearing over and over, Katie, when I was starting my business, was that, and what incited me to actually go into this was that I would hear from women, I have a financial advisor and he doesn't listen to me. And I
Mhm.
just thought, in what other industry can you not listen to your client, and can you blatantly disrespect your client? And I had a similar experience where it wasn't quite a financial advisor, but it was someone who was helping me like move some money, from abroad. And this man literally came to my house to, do a sales pitch or whatnot. And he disrespected me in my own home. And I'm a chartered financial analyst and I work in banking. And in that moment, I felt so small. Like, and I quickly snapped out of it, of course, because I remembered who the fuck I was. And but like, I was like, if this happens to people who don't have a background in finance, who don't feel empowered with money the way that I do, like how terrible would they feel and how discouraged would they feel from investing their money if they're treated this way? And this, happens, like it's so common. And so there are a variety of reasons why women, there's the investing pay gap, that women don't invest enough.
Yeah.
And so, I've created a space to, I created a space where women, and I have, it's not exclusive. Like I have men in my program right now. I have, someone who's non-binary who's just like loving my program and, coming to every coaching call. And so it's an inclusive situation, but it's really, I built it from the ground up with with everyone else in mind, everyone else who was not raised as, the top of our social totem pole. Basically everyone other than white men. Like we need a space for us where we could be ourselves, where we can feel safe enough to ask questions and not feel dumb or judged.
Absolutely. And you were saying like we are each other's role models. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this summit. It's like, I don't teach everything that you're teaching, right? And coaching on. And then also I don't think I'm right for every single person, right? Like out there. So I wanted to introduce people in my community and everybody else's communities and say, here are the experts that I trust and admire and follow. And, let's find you the best person to guide you, right? What was your reason for wanting to accept my invitation to join the Financial Sparks series?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I love that you've organized this thing. I love that you've put this summit together. And, when we spoke, I didn't hesitate at all to jump on board because, I teach investing, but I know that for some people in my audience, and so even some of my paid clients, I recommend other coaches to them as well as taking my program, something that that they would need that complements what I do. And so, if you need help with budgeting, that's not my forte. That's not what I cover. I do a bit of mindset work, but there's energetic work. There's all sorts of like wild and wonderful methodologies out there, and money coaches, money experts out there who are doing really great things, and helping a lot of people in ways that I can't, or just is not my wheelhouse. And so, I stick to what I'm good at, which is teaching women about investing. But then I'm happy for, my clients or my audience, to go to someone maybe like you, that might actually, you might be the person that they need right now, or someone else in the summit. And sometimes even the work that they've done with another money coach will help them absorb the material that I'm
Oh,
teaching
yeah.
and synthesize it and, really be able to do something useful with it. And without that other coach, they would not have been ready
Yes.
for my program.
Yes. Oh, 100%. I believe in that so much. Like, it never hurts to have multiple people that, you trust to actually reinforce the messages, right? Around money and those kinds of things. Um, Tell us one fact or something that people don't know about you, something fun.
Something fun. I'll tell you something that I'm terrified of that very few people know. It's very strange. I'm terrified of caterpillars. I always have been, since I was a little kid. Which is weird because I'm not afraid of spiders or snakes or anything else, or sharks even. And one other something that I've actually become obsessed with recently, and actually it's like perfect that I'm wearing this blouse. I've become obsessed with all things lemon, like fresh lemon and lemon rind, and like making lemonade and like
Mm.
margaritas out of using lemon rind. And yeah, it's just like a current obsession of mine.
I love lemon stuff too. I love lemon bars and
Yeah.
yeah, and lemon curd. Yeah, all of that. It's so good.
And apparently the rind I read, I was looking at like research. I was like, let me see what the rind is good for. The rind of citrus is actually has more nutrients and more vitamin C than the actual like fruit. Like I, obviously love the fruit, like the inside itself, but like I like zesting and whatnot and just eating it straight up. Like I don't know what's happened, but I'm enjoying it.
So you actually eat lemons like just like that, like without anything?
Yeah. Yeah, I just like
Okay.
had it. I just the other day I had a lemon on my counter and I was like, I just want to taste what the rind tastes like just on its own. Because I remember having eaten it obviously in the past, and I was it would just I don't know if it's something my body needs. So I'm like so I'll just like have it like here and there. And then just the flavors, like the flavors of the skin. It's like that lemon bar flavor, like the oils, like the essential oils.
Mm,
Just try it out.
yeah.
And you know, just goes to show you don't need to spend a lot of money.
Well, Toledo's in the audience, and she really knows a lot about nutrition, and she's saying that that's very true about the vitamin C in the rind, I guess, being more than the actual fruit itself. And she said same with the oranges.
Yeah, but it's like lemon rind for some reason. I think it's like my
Oh,
favorite. Anyway, so I put it in like a ninja and like make
yeah,
drinks and yeah.
yeah, or a little zest on anything, like in pasta or whatever. A little lemon zest is so good.
Yeah, we have a little uh fist up
Yes.
from a doctor, or I don't
Yeah.
know if it's so I'll take it.
Exactly. I love it too. Well, that is definitely a fun fact. And your caterpillar thing is very interesting. Are you also afraid of the butterfly or just the caterpillar?
No, just the caterpillar. I think it's the way their bodies move. And I think honestly, my mom told me a story. She was holding me when I was a baby and she was outside and a caterpillar fell into her blouse, like into her like cleavage. And she started screaming because the thing was like squirming around like in her blouse and she was holding me while this happened. And so my grandmother was there. My grandmother came. My grandmother's a powerhouse. She came. She took the blouse. She like tore it open with her bare hand. She got rid of the caterpillar. But I'm thinking that like that must have had an impact on me as a baby. Like babies can see and absorb more than we think they can. And so that's the only reason that I think that I have this weird phobia is that like I witnessed this thing. I witnessed my mom being traumatized. And it just goes to show, even like with money, like sometimes people don't know why they feel certain ways about money. It's like it's probably something you saw at some point in your life that and maybe you don't even remember.
This is exactly like the realm that I work in, right? Is like as a trauma informed financial wellness coach, we go into those spaces of like what you observed as a child and what you took on from that. Because as kids, we don't even know about money. We don't understand the concept of it, right? All we can understand is like how our parents are feeling or what they're doing around money, right? Like if they're fighting all the time over it or really being stressed out, then all of a sudden that's how we're going to start to feel, right? Unconsciously. And so it's like now's the time to kind of release all of that too.
It's amazing. I'm looking forward to watching your 60-second truth bomb.
Yes,
Um,
yes, yes.
and
Awesome.
and yeah, and having you speak to my students in next week.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
next
next week.
week I'll be there. Yeah,
Yeah,
I will.
I'll be on vacation. It'll be my first day of vacation, but I'm gonna log in
Okay.
and see you there.
Yay.
But yeah, looking forward
I'm
to that.
looking forward to it too. Well, thank you so much for your time this morning. Well, morning my time. And I'm looking forward to your talk at the Financial Spark series. So everyone go sign up and get Anjali's talk.
Thanks so much, Katie. Thanks for organizing this again.
Yeah,
Bye.
absolutely. Bye, everyone.